If not for God's intervention, when I had my third baby, it would have been in a case where they say both mother and child did not make it, but God saved me on that very day. So I'm going to share my experience with you guys about what happened to me on that day I had my third child in this very video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Susan. I'm a mom of 4 beautiful girls and I live in Germany with my family, and you are watching Susan Good. So if you support her coming across my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop a new video, and don't forget to like this video, comment and share. To my channel subscriber, thank you so much for your endless support. I appreciate you all. So please, you guys should like my video, share, and also help me to comment. Okay. So what happened is, after I had my second child, that doctor in the hospital right there told me if I have to get pregnant again, I have to wait at least for 2 years. And my gynecologist told me also the same thing. And my midwife told me the same thing, because I used 3 different doctors for my birth, and I used only one gynecologist for these 3 times, and I used one midwife for these 3 times, because I had my 3 kids, the 3 of them in Bayan. I only have one here in Bremen City. Second daughter now is almost 9. She'll be 9 in 3 months time, and my third daughter is 6. So I didn't wait for 2 years. I waited for almost 3 years because of the experience, and I also wanted to have the baby in a normal delivery, you know. So, and after I got pregnant, I was going for control and all that. So on this fateful day, because if you are close to your due date, your gynecologist will refer you to hospital where they will arrange everything, find your doctor and everything, how everything is going to be on that day. So you have to take the doctor, they have to register you and everything. So I went to hospital on this day. I met this doctor. This doctor was not really nice, and I should just go and lay on the bed right now. Like they just want to remove my baby. I said, for what? I just came here to make an appointment. He said, yeah, even if I want to make an appointment, they have to just carry the baby. I said, is there any problem? He said no, that he wants to do it. I said, no, I don't want to do it. The doctor was angry. Then I told them, I said, please, even if I want to do it, please, not with this doctor and not today. I'm not going to have my baby today. You know, then I think then it was 3 weeks, a bit 2 weeks. Either 2 or 3 weeks. I really don't remember. 2 or 3 weeks before the due date. So I said, if I have to have a CS to carry this baby out, definitely it's not going to be this doctor, and it's not going to be today. And they told me, because you have a choice, it's your opinion. You know, nobody can force you to do what you don't want to do, except your life and that of the baby is really in danger. So the doctor left me. I went home. A week before, I started having contraction, you know, and I already booked an appointment with another doctor to be just 2 days before the appointment that I booked, because they told me I cannot have that baby normal, which they told me here in Bremen, if it was Bremen, they would have allowed me to try to have the baby. They said, because even after 2 years in Bremen City, you can still try the third one normal, as long as the baby is in the right position. So apart from my first child, the other 3, they were in the right position. So only my first child that was not in the right position. All right. So, and 2 days before the date they gave me, not my due date, the date they gave me for the operation, I started having contraction, and I told my sister about it. My sister said I should wait, so I told some of my sisters, they said I should wait. So let's try this one. If this one will come out, if this one will be normal. I said okay. Then my mom was still alive, so I said okay. My contraction started around 6 a.m. in the morning, so I waited, and when my husband even come home, my husband saw me having pain. He said, what happened? I didn't tell my husband I was having contraction, because I knew if I told him, he would want to take me to hospital, and I don't want to go. I just want to try normal, right? So I was managing myself. The pain would come. So when it was around 3 p.m., I felt a very sharp pain in my tummy, very, very sharp. Like, you know, when they use scissors or knife or blade to cut your skin. I shouted. I said, I felt it. I was on phone with my friend, and I told my friend, I felt a very sharp pain. I said, I don't know what is happening. And she said, she also said she don't know. She said sorry, and that was it. So in the evening, my husband came home from work around 6 p.m. I gave him food. I was having pain, but I was just bearing it, pretending that it's only my waist and all that. So, and around 8, I was having pain. I told my husband, I'm having contraction. And he said, okay, please come, let me drive you to the hospital. I said, no, I don't want to go yet. So he didn't know the contraction started around 6 a.m. before he went to work. So, and I was seeing blood and water. So around 11 to 11:30 p.m., I started convulsing, like I was shaking. I could not even stand. So my husband had to call ambulance. Even I could not even walk anymore. Even when the ambulance came, they thought maybe the baby head is already out. That is why I could not stand. They have to bring wheelchair inside the house and put me and carry me. I was shaking, like really, really shaking. I could not control myself, like try to hold myself. I couldn't. So meanwhile, I already filled the form of the CS, because you will fill it so that when you get there, you just give them. So because of I was not prepared, I left the form at home, and the doctor came. The doctor was like, one of the nurses, they came. Where is the form? This time I was already shaking, like I was begging them. I was in serious pain. I was begging them, please, just cut me, remove this baby, take this baby out, please. Have you ever seen where you'll be begging a nurse for them to just cut you and take the baby out? Like my body was on fire. I was really in pain. And the nurse told me, yeah, it's your fault. You forgot the form you filled already at home, so we have to fill another form. Oh my goodness. It looks like as if it's taking like 3 years to fill the form. So when she asked me some questions, I will shout. You said, no, please don't shout at me. It's not my fault that you forgot the form at home, Because of that pain, I didn't remember. So after everything, to cut the whole story short, after they filled the form, they took me to the theater. And I was like, please. They tried to fix something in my hand to control my heartbeat and all that. They couldn't, because I was shaking. The doctor was telling me, madam, can you hold yourself? If I don't fix it, we cannot do it. I said, I'm not the one doing it. Like, they stretched my hand like this. I was shaking. So another 2 doctors, they have to come. They one press here down, the other one press here, so they can be able to fix it here. I think it was here or here. I think it was here. Yeah, it was here. Because one press here, they use something to tie it, but they still press it. And one pressed me here. That was how they were able to fix it. And immediately they gave me that injection. You have to sit and press your back like this. Immediately they gave me the injection, I felt a little relieved. So after they brought the baby out, I was so... It did not even take them, I don't even know, very, very short time, I was hearing the cry of a baby. So, and the doctor told me, and I was, after that, I was surprised. How come it was so fast? And the doctor told me, do you know what happened? I said, your womb got ruptured. So you are lucky. If you are waiting for like 1 hour, the baby would have passed the stage where we can do operation and you cannot have the baby, and the baby would have tried to come out from there to that being where you will lose your life and that of the baby. You are very, very lucky, because you were this close. That's how the doctor told me. You were this close. I would advise you, do not have a baby again. Because they thought the contraction started that evening. So they didn't know it started from morning. I waited till 12. Mind you, from that morning till 12, I did not even enter any 1 centimeter. When they say 1 or 2 centimeters, I did not enter. I was still just close as I was not having a contraction for hours. That was when my siblings said, you really tried. This is no longer your fault, And when the doctor told me that your womb got ruptured, I was like, what? She said yes. She said you were this close on losing your life and that of your baby. I was like, oh my. So that was how I brought out the baby, and I was free. That was how I escaped. Me and my baby escaped that, and I thank God that I took the decision at that time. I didn't try to wait to see if a miracle is going to happen. Maybe it would have been something else, And when I got home, my midwife, she really understood me. She saw because everything that happened to you, they are going to put it in your maternity paper, which is your motor pass. They're going to put it there. And when she saw that they wrote it that my womb got ruptured, she held my ear, she drew it. She said she know I was trying to give birth normal. I said yes. She said, how long did I wait when I was having the contraction? I told her from 6 o'clock in the morning to 12 in the night. She was like, wow, I should not try that next time. That I still have opportunity to have baby, because the doctor thought the thing just started and the contraction happened. Started having fever because of the rupture. You understand? So they said the thing gave me infection. I don't know the kind of infection it gave me, but it's not something. But something. So the thing gave me infection. I was not sick. They were not giving me what's it called, antibiotic to clear my system and all that. And yeah. So when I went to see my gynecologist, I told my gynecologist told me I still have chance, but I should not try to have baby normal. That me trying to have baby normal, it has already passed. It's over for me. I can still have baby if I want, but not. I should allow them with the plan. The plan. I should allow them to just take out the baby when they are pregnant. I don't need to wait for me to be having contraction, because it's just for me to cause pain to myself. Contraction or no contraction, I'm going to end up with CS. So what is the essence of you having pains before the CS? So that was how I had my that was how I had my third baby. And after that, I think it was when my baby completed 3 years, because I took in again. That was when my baby completed 3 years. I said no. I was scared because of what happened. Because of what happened with my second baby, I was scared. So I had to before it gets too late, I just get rid of the baby. I said get rid of the pregnancy. I said I don't want. So that was how I stayed, because now my fourth baby is almost 2, while my third baby is almost 7. You see the difference? So she's 6. She's going to 7. Okay, while my fourth baby is 1, she's going to 2. You see the difference? 4 years difference. Like, I really tried to wait. I said, I don't want to experience the pain I went through with my third baby. So that is it for today. I told you I was going to share my 4 babies experience. So I'm going to be sharing the other experience I had with my last baby with you guys in my next video. So if you're not subscribed, do well to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Don't forget, my name is Susan and you are watching Susan Go. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, both my new and my old subscribers, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay safe and remain blessed. Bye for now.